a podcast to honor the gods.
This better come with a sacrifice.
Dave X Media.
We're gonna crush it. It's just you and me, just like it's just Harry and Voldemort.
Wait, which one am I? Am I Harry or am I Voldemort?
You have to be Harry. You're so earnest. You're about a young boy. You have to be Harry.
I feel like there's no good answer to that, though.
I know, because I don't want to be Voldemort, and I do have main character energy, but if one of us is gonna go evil, it's well, maybe it would be you. I'm remembering all those trivia games, and now I think you might be more of a Voldemort type. Okay. We'll ask the Discord. Okay, I'm gonna get us started.
Yes.
Welcome to the restricted section. I think you know what we're all about by now. If you haven't done the reading, don't worry, we've done it for you. Here's what we're talking about this week. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Chapter 36, The Flaw in the Plan, in which Voldemort kills himself. I'm your host, Christina. With me today is my friend Mots. Say hello to the listeners, Mots.
Hello to the listeners, Mots.
I am so happy to have you here at the end of all things.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. And also a little sad because it's going to be the last time that I ever get to come on this show, but
I know. It is really sad, Mots. You've been one of our most important guests and listeners this whole time, and it really does feel like everything's coming full circle. And I was like doing my little hot girl walk this morning listening to the audiobook, and I was like kind of weeping, and I was like, somebody's gonna think I'm having a heart attack because I kept just like clutching my chest like oh. So Mots, you picked this chapter, right?
yeah.
Tell me, is it because it's the last one, or is there some other reason?
Well, it's, so far I've been getting mostly the trauma chapters, and while there is some form of trauma in this chapter for sure, it is nice to like get like a big climactic chapter of a book, and it's the last book, so it's
Yeah. You deserve it.
Thank you. Oh, that's so nice.
You deserve it. And this chapter is pretty good. These last couple chapters, Snape notwithstanding, I've been like, this is a pretty good chapter.
Yeah.
Listeners, in case you were wondering, yes, Haley is supposed to be here. No, I do not know where she is. I don't know what the fuck is happening to her. Exactly 30 minutes ago, it was 5 minutes before we were supposed to start recording. She told me she was going to be 10 minutes late. And then we got on 10 minutes late, and now it is 30 minutes late, and I don't know where she is. So that's friendship with Haley for you. That's what it feels like. So, we're going to go out of this book the same way we came in.
A complete fucking mess?
In a complete fucking mess, yeah, exactly.
It's honestly probably a bit of a miracle that even I'm here, because I'm a fucking idiot, and I forgot that we were supposed to record today. For some reason in my brain I had stored that it was like the 27th. I didn't have it set to like a day of the week. I was just like I was so sure that it was the 27th, and it was the 17th instead. So good thing that you told me that, hey, I can't wait to record, or like something like that. And then it's like, oh shit, that's this weekend. Oh no.
Oh my god. Well, you did really good. And then also I love when someone is like, hey, I'm across the world from you and I don't know what time zones are. Are we recording in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
I love that. It's the only way is you can't do like it's at 11 a.m. You have to be like, it is approximately 28 hours from now.
I was pretty sure, but I had to make 100%, had to be 100% positive.
Totally. I love it. I love the follow through. Thank you. One of you had to show up, so I'm glad you did, Mods.
And I didn't want to tell you that I'd forgotten about the recording being today because I didn't want to embarrass myself. So now I'm telling it on the podcast instead, which is,
You're only embarrassing yourself in front of hundreds of listeners.
Yeah. Great.
Oh my god. Okay, so this chapter starts with Harry Potter laying face down on the ground, ostensibly dead.
Yeah. Does that mean that we have to take a shot? Because Harry technically did fell down, or are we giving him a little bit of leeway since he was killed?
Okay, I think that if we're going by the rules that our friend Adele set during the Prisoner of Azkaban film watch along, we would have to drink for that. However, as I mentioned, it is 11 a.m. and I am drinking a coffee, so I'll just do a sip of that.
Hell yeah. I have water, as per usual.
Sip of the coffee. Okay, yeah. Hydrate or dehydrate.
Hell yeah.
Charlie, go drink some water. Okay, so...
Oh, wait. Sorry to interrupt, but did we forget about the pre-episode, questions of,
I always forget.
Yeah, what's your favorite, or where does this rank in terms of favorite book?
One day I'll remember. Just kidding, it's the last chapter. I won't. Mods, tell me where Deathly Hallows falls in your ranking of the series.
Gosh. Why did I ask? Because I do not know. I'm gonna say probably top 3. Like, it was definitely my favorite for a long time. Because, like, as I said, it was like, this is the big climax. It's like, it has all the, like, big moments, all the cool stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, now I'd say it's probably my top 3, probably.
Okay. It's because of the story importance and, oh my god. Just you fucking wait, Mods. Just give me a fucking thing. Wow. Look who it is.
Hi, Mots. How have you been?
It's so nice to see you again.
What Haley was doing was a fake out to make us think she was dead before revealing that she is in fact not dead.
God, I wish.
Haley, I'm in my father's bougie workout room.
Oh, is that where you are?
You are sitting on his bench that allegedly somebody presses on? I don't believe it. My dad and his wife are kind of noodly. I mean, they're athletic, but slim.
Not bench press.
Not bench press type, yeah. Yeah, listeners, if my audio is whack compared to normal, it's because I'm in a whack place using whack equipment, and it's because I am phoning in the rest of this podcast. I don't give a fuck.
Honestly, I respect it so much.
I don't give a fuck. Thank you, listeners. You can just you wait till next week. Just you wait.
The biggest phone in a wall of phone-ins.
My stepmom was like, you can close the door so I don't bother you. And I was like, oh, it is I who would be bothering you. So Harry Potter's laying face down on the ground. Do you feel like a man when you push Harry Potter around?
Once again, sorry, we never went through which episodes I've been on previously, or like prior to this.
Oh my god, Mots, I'm going to tell you something right now. You've been on a lot. I'm not looking them up.
I think I remember all of them, so I could probably go through them for you.
Okay, well, why don't you get started?
Okay, so I believe the first one was Prisoner of Azkaban Chapter 9, Part 2, back when you were still doing 2-parters. It was the
Are you looking at records, or is this from memory?
This is from memory.
Mods, guest on another podcast.
But yeah, it was called The Grim Defeat, and it was the Quidditch part of the chapter. Then we did
I'm so sorry to have done that to you.
No, it was lovely. I love shitting on Quidditch.
Okay, I believe you.
Then I believe we did the Puffs episode, you, me, and Leela.
Yeah.
And then
oh my god, that was such a good episode.
I know, it was so fun. It was so fun. And then the 3 of us did the first chapter of Goblet of Fire.
Yes, such a good chapter.
That
The Riddle House.
was a really
Yeah,
fun chapter.
we did make it up to you from the Quidditch thing, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then let's see. After book 4,
You were on 3 times during Order of the Phoenix.
Oh shit! Yeah, because I was on the.
It was a long walk.
Yeah,
You
like
were
I was on
a bonus
the
episode.
the trivia episode, then the chapter 23. Also, the 3 of us.
Also, is Haley. I guess Haley's just Haley and Mods. I'm like, something about that just makes sense.
And
Both
then,
fucking nerds.
yeah, you're not wrong. You're
with
not wrong.
beautiful baby faces.
Aww.
Aw.
And then,
All right,
yeah, that
take
was the
it
Christmas
to the
Closed
trauma.
Ward.
We said something cute, and then you asked to come on for Christmas on the Closed Ward.
And then, yeah, I think after that we did the Hogwarts mystery trivia / making fun of the game.
Right.
Game.
The dumbest, funniest thing we've ever done.
I still maintain that you need to, like, monetize those somehow.
Aw,
I mean, they're truly, I've done so much Harry Potter trivia at this point, nothing has stumped me like you've stumped me.
I appreciate that so much. Seriously. Let's see.
Oh my god.
Then the 20th chapter of Half-Blood Prince, the called Lord Voldemort's Request, Tina, me, and Mary Clay. And then now I don't think I've been on an episode since then, and that was a while ago now.
It was a full year. What was Lord Voldemort's request?
It was one of
remember any
the
of
Tom Riddle memory chapters.
Oh, which memory? His request. Oh, it was the one where he tries to get a job?
Yeah, and also
Is
I
that the
believe
request?
the House Elf, the Hokey one, is in the same.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all coming
Okay.
together. Mott's, you've been an integral part of this podcast from the beginning. We're so glad to have you here at the end. Full circle. At the beginning of this show, I died so that my love could protect you, and now you have to stand on your own 2 feet. I don't know. That wasn't good. That wasn't a good one. I take it back.
No, I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being the walking encyclopedia of this podcast specifically.
Yeah. Totally. I know. I definitely more than once have been like, I don't remember if we talked about that. Mott's, write us an email. Do you remember the first time you ever wrote me an email and I read it on the show and I called you Mats because I didn't know who you were?
Oh
And
my
then
God.
Mary Clay was like, you said his name wrong. And I was like, who is this guy? And we've come so far in
Oh my
such a short
God.
amount of time. I love this show. No, I hate this show, but I love my friends.
Even when they're
No.
late.
Yeah. Well,
Haley, if I was gonna stop being your friend because you were running late, we would have lasted 1 day.
I used to be very punctual when we first met. I didn't give up until about 2 years in.
Okay, guys, there's so much in this chapter. We simply must begin.
Oh, dear God.
fair.
Harry Potter is. This is the 3rd time I've said this.
Well, I mean, I think it's got to be more than the 3rd time you've said this, because this is the 3rd chapter in a row that he wakes up face down on the fucking ground.
You are so right, Haley. You are so
That
right.
boy is 3 for 3 with face planting. I swear to God.
Wait, hang on. What
He
was the
loves to
first
fall
one?
down.
What was the first?
It was when he got out of the pensive and like woke up on the floor in the headmaster's
I
office.
forgot he
and
was on the
then-
floor then.
Yeah, and then he woke up on the floor in King's Cross, like Ghost King's Cross for ghosts, and then
Yeah.
he woke up on the floor in the woods.
Oh, that's
It would be
so-
really funny if next chapter, the epilogue, it's like 19 years later. Harry Potter got up off the ground. His son said, "Daddy, you tripped and fell down."
Oh my God.
Spoilers. Next chapter's the epilogue. Guys, this is the last chapter. Next chapter is an epilogue. It's a fucking 11 minutes on the audiobook. I don't value any of the information it gives to us. This is the last chapter. I might weep.
I mean, there's a lot of Neville action in this chapter, so there's a high possibility that you'll weep.
Gosh.
And a really good Luna moment too.
There is.
I was telling Mott's that I'm staying in my dad's like very bougie Myrtle Beach 50+ community where everyone's rich and all the houses are less than 5 years old. And there's like this path where they speed walk because they're in their 50s. And I was doing my morning speed walk and I was listening to this chapter and I was like weeping and like clutching my chest, and like all these old white people were passing me and I was like, good morning, hello, good morning, and trying not to look like I was about to fall down. Like, it's a weird juxtaposition.
Christina woke up with her face pressed to the concrete.
The bougie ground.
And I came back into the house and my dad was like, how was it? And I was like, Dumbledore died. And my dad was like, wait, what book are you on? And I was like, fuck, I meant Voldemort. Okay. This is the last time I'm going to say this. Harry Potter's laying face down on the ground in the forest, ostensibly dead, except for we know he's not. And he takes a minute. He's like, wand, check. Invisibility cloak, check. Sentient living person inside of my body, check.
I don't know what I'm meant to be imagining with, like, he stuffed the cloak out of sight, quote unquote, like under his robes. Like, did he just walk out to his death looking pregnant? like did he fold it and like tie it around his waist or something? Or
I think it really depends like what material it is.
Like, how small can you bunch it up, is what I'm asking.
Especially when the whole, like, when it's big enough to cover 3 people, somehow.
You're right, that is really big.
I'm just trying, I'm thinking of, like, my throw blanket, and, like, alright, if I had to shove that down the front of my shirt.
It's an invisibility
I got nothing.
tent, honestly.
Yeah,
Right? And he's supposed to be scrawny.
Yeah.
You know? He's supposed to be but a boy. I'm imagining, are you, either of you familiar with the Nutcracker?
I mean, vaguely?
Yeah?
There's this scene with like this mother, I think she's a rabbit, and she comes out with like this giant skirt, and then all of her little rabbit children come out from underneath her giant tent skirt.
Okay.
But it's an invisibility cloak. Yeah, we don't know, but it helped cushion his fall, I guess. His pregnant. I think if you folded it, like, that's the thing. I think if you took some time to fold it really intentionally, you could hide it and be like,
I was gonna say, do you think Harry Potter would or even knew how?
He's like, he was walking into the woods to his certain death. Like, no. He walks in and everyone's like, has Harry Potter gained weight? I thought he's been on the run.
Like, I will say, having grown up with Petunia Dursley, the boy definitely knows how to fold normal laundry. Does he do it of his own volition, and did that education transfer over to folding a cloak? Who's to say?
No,
I seriously doubt that.
There's like a couple things in this series where like things go in pockets that like shouldn't go in pockets, and like he has stuffed his cloak in a lot of places where I'm like, for real?
Right.
Like, imagine shoving a hoodie down the front of your
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, no way.
It's like, I'm questioning everything right now. Like, usually, I know you tell me, like, you don't have to read all of the chapters up to, like, this, but, like, I did, because
I respect that for this chapter.
Yeah, it's the end of the book, and I was like, I still have unanswered fucking questions that I want to pick apart. So I'm just in pick things apart mode at this point.
Oh,
okay.
We love it.
Okay. So, Bellatrix is like, and Voldemort says, that will do. Bitch, shut up.
No one else is, like, freaking out yet. Like, they're all like, did it work?
Yes, I think it's her hubris. And that hubris comes around at the end of the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
But also, Voldemort is getting up off the ground. He also fall down. Everybody drink. Voldemort fall down, drink. It's 11 a.m. It's water. Wait, what time is it over there, Mats?
It is 5:45.
Okay, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and that somewhere is Norway. So Voldemort orders Narcissa to check if Harry Potter is dead. Do you think that was kind of like a random thing, or do you think he chose her for any reason?
I think it's because he doesn't value the Malfoys' lives at this point. And
so in case Harry like fucking grabs her ass?
Yeah, in case he's got like a shiv hidden somewhere.
Also, I feel like if she's standing next to Lucius, Voldemort's probably like, I don't believe Lucius knows how to check someone's pulse.
I mean, neither does Narcissa, in all fairness. She's like feeling his heart.
Yeah.
And not his pulse. Like she's feeling his chest.
I wonder if he had not responded to her, would she have then checked his pulse? Hey everyone, let's do this real quick. Checking someone's pulse is really easy. There's 3 places that I recommend you do it. You can do it on the side of their neck. And if you don't know where it is, you really can just kind of feel around until you feel it. You can do it on the inside of their wrist. And you can also do it on the top of their foot, like their ankle foot.
Really?
Yeah. So there's 3 places you can check someone's pulse.
Yeah. I thought we were going to say thigh.
Oh god, I have a lot of fat on my thigh. I don't recommend you check there if someone is slightly chubby.
Now I'm picturing like Narcissa, instead of like feeling just his fucking chest, just pulled his shoe and sock off.
That's the only place I know how. You can do it on all 3. Everyone's different. Like on my body, I think people would have a hard time, like non-medical professionals would have a hard time feeling my pulse on my wrist, but I think my neck or my foot, you could do it. So it's not hard.
Yeah, no, I would also say neck is probably the easiest.
Yeah.
I'm feeling on my neck and I'm like, wait, am I alive? Where is it? But I'm talking, so if they're talking, they're definitely alive.
I mean, there might be some necromancy going on.
Also,
literally,
God, so
like 2
right.
chapters ago.
No, I know, Mod. The in-universe explanation for why I'm wrong. Okay, so she leans in, she grabs Harry's heart, she whispers, "Is Draco alive?" And he, infinitesimally small, says, "Yes."
This is an
and then
ASMR
she
podcast now, everyone. Welcome.
I'm using it.
your son isn't dead.
I know, I'm using a microphone I'm not used to, and it's really close to my face, and it feels all sexy. But she clutches his breast and pierces his skin. The book says pierces him. So is there blood drawn at this time?
It sounds like she might break skin at the very least.
It also sounds like Narcissa Malfoy, despite everything, keeps her manicure up to date.
I mean,
that's what I'm getting.
It's her name is Narcissa. She has to keep up appearances, literally.
It's just so funny because all these fucking men in this series, she is so much less of a narcissist than all of them. I guess if you look at all the women, she's the biggest narcissist, but no, not even, because Bellatrix is right there. It's just a cool, sexy name.
Yeah.
That's a good, like, stripper name.
Oh, yeah.
Narcissa Milfoy.
Mots, congratulations. Last chapter of the book. I want to congratulate you with this award for best joke of the whole series. Narcissa Milfoy. That is, if I named the episodes after quotes from in the episode, it would be called Narcissa Milfoy.
Oh,
congrats.
I am so honored.
Oh, that was beautiful. Well done. Well done.
That was really good. Where do we go from here? Should we end the episode? I don't want to ruin it.
Well done, Slytherin. Well done, Slytherin.
Okay. So then Narcissa says Harry is dead. Well, she says he's dead. And Voldemort, he can't just win. He has to gloat.
Yeah.
Just like all evil people.
He's all about the drama.
He's all about the drama.
He's a fucking wizard. He's the wizard. God damn it.
The wizard. Now he is. So he hits Harry's body with Crucio curse, and Harry gets thrown around but feels no pain. Why? Why no pain?
Like
magic.
Yeah, like he mentioned, okay, this is why I was reading it so closely, because like later on in the like when they're monologuing back and forth at each other, he's like,
so stupid.
Yeah, he's like,
it's
hey,
really theatrical.
Haven't you noticed how none of your spells are like hitting or like actually holding on people? Like, you can't torture them or anything. It's like, yeah, it makes sense for everyone.
Yeah,
you
everyone
just
else
died for. What about you though?
Yeah,
why doesn't it work on you?
Maybe he finally learned to respect himself, you know? Maybe that's part of this journey for him.
Or maybe the convoluted ass logic of why the fucking Elder Wand is his now, technically, somehow.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Elder Wand's like, no, Daddy!
No, Daddy! So this part is very upsetting to me. Voldemort forces Hagrid to pick up Harry's body and carry him up to the castle.
Not until they put his glasses on him, though. He looks weird without his glasses. Gotta make sure he's recognizable.
It's true. I mean, if I died, you wanted to parade my body around, you would have to put the glasses on.
Well, what other choice is there? Like, if everyone would just be like, who's that blonde bitch? I don't recognize it.
Who's that? Especially if my head is flopping like upside down, you know, it's hard to tell who people are.
Oh yeah, no, it's without my glasses, I straight up look like Velma when she loses her glasses in Scooby-Doo and her eyes are all tiny.
Well, you almost always, if you're wearing contacts, it's almost always so that you can wear a mask or something.
Also that.
He can feel Hagrid's arms shaking with sobs. It really upsets me. Everything that we've said about Hagrid to this point is true and valid, but he is a deeply feeling person who loved Harry more than anything, and he spent a lot of time and energy trying to protect him.
And like, this is such a like so many fucking thematic parallels that you gotta appreciate at the end of this book, even if some of them are kind of shoehorned. Yeah, like the fact that he's carrying him like he did to Private Drive.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now
I'm fine.
A floppy 5-5. He's flopping everywhere. It must be okay. Out of context, I feel like it would be fun to pretend to be dead, like completely out of context. You're just like, oh no, flopping around, carry me. It was a really long hike out here.
Haven't you ever done that to a dog? It's really funny. You fake death, just like lay on the floor near your dog, and then your dog is like, "What? Are you gonna pet me? But are you gonna pet me though? But, like, are you gonna wake up? Like, try?" And then they start just like getting kind of upset, and then eventually they lie down next to you and fall asleep.
Oh my god. Okay, that's really funny. That is my experience when I try to do yoga near my cats. They're like, ooh, you're on the floor with me. And then they bother me for 1 straight hour and they get stepped on 16 times, but they just refuse to quit.
Wait, this is so off topic, but have you seen the videos that like Muslim people will make of like their cats bothering them while they're praying, so they have to give the cat its own prayer rug?
Oh my god, that is so cute. It's the exact same concept. Wait, so are you telling me that giving the cat their own prayer rug works?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, so I need a tiny yoga mat.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome. That's good to know.
They just want to copy what you're doing. So if they have their own space to do it, and their own rectangle to sit on.
Their own rectangle, that would change everything.
Yeah.
Okay. They get to the edge of the forest and Voldemort stops to make like a loud, you know, he loudens his voice and he's like, Harry is dead. I killed him while he was running away, which is very, I think, funny and desperate to me because I mean, do you think anyone believes that? Because I fucking wouldn't.
Literally no.
Like, Harry's a fucking idiot, but in the opposite way of this.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the whole ultimatum was like, you gotta come to me so I can kill you. So like if Harry's dead now and you know him at all and you know how dumb he is, it's like, no, he obviously fucking
walked
went
straight into it.
Yeah, walked right into the jaws of death as usual. Also, like, on their way through the woods, doesn't Hagrid yell at the centaurs, like, hey, asshole!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got nothing left to lose. Because the centaurs, what we glean from this encounter is that the centaurs refuse to engage in this battle either way. And Hagrid's like, I hope you're happy Harry's dead, which is a little funny to me because I think the centaurs would be like, hey man, we've always known he was going to die in these woods. We talked about it 7 years ago.
Remember how bright Mars was?
But like this drives the centaurs to join in, and it's like, motherfuckers, why would this child that you never even liked drive you to this? Firenze is not part of your community anymore. Whatever. It's just like a grand finale type move, which is fine. You get a couple.
Yeah, well. Also, Voldemort's wearing Nagini at this point, like Britney Spears.
Fucking, I'm a slave for you.
I'm assuming he's wearing the whole outfit.
Wait, you're a slave to Voldemort.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the lyrics to that song except for when she goes, get, what? Get. She's probably saying something there. I don't know what it is, though. I used to have the CD where you could, like, take the front of it out and unfold it, and it would have the lyrics inside.
Oh, those were the days.
Those were the days, but I guess I didn't retain it.
God, we're old.
I know.
I mean, even I remember those days, so I guess
that means you're old too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you're old, we're older. That sucks.
Oh God.
Death Eaters & Co. And I wrote in my notes, I wrote it like it's like a bread company. The Death Eaters & Co. They spread out in front of the school doors, and Harry's like hearing, and he keeps infinitesimally opening his eyes, and I'm like, bro, stop doing that. Someone's gonna notice.
It's really always stupid. Obvious. It's always so obvious.
I know. The only
real.
thing saving him maybe is his glasses, if the sun is rising in the right part of the sky.
If they're dirty, maybe.
If they're dirty, yeah. So he hears people coming out of the school.
Professor McGonagall is distraught.
She's keening. She goes, I was listening to the Jim Dale audiobooks, and he does a lot of great stuff, but he's not going to pull out like a full morning wail in like a Scottish accent. But yeah, the text says that like it wasn't the yell that was scary to Harry. It was like how much emotion there was in it from like a voice he had never heard like betray emotion before, basically.
Yeah, he's like, he didn't know McGonagall could scream like that.
Yeah, and he probably is like, oh, she did care about me. And then he hears Ginny and Ron and Hermione, and it's really upsetting to me. And I think that I really hope they don't show it, but I really hope that there's a conversation later when he's like, I'm really sorry I had to do that to you guys. That must have been the worst fucking 20 minutes of your life, and I'll never fucking do that again. I'm so sorry.
I cannot imagine Harry doing that. Like even when
right.
confronted, I don't think Harry would just like have the like level of empathy and whatever necessary to like I don't know.
Yeah, it was like a Dumbledore apology, because like he does explain after the battle, like he does take a walk with Ron and Hermione and go like, okay, so here's what happened in the last hour. And like, this is why all of that went down, because it still makes no sense, and it still makes no sense.
Even after the explanation, no one knows what's happening.
But I feel like like any apology would just be like, so you see, I had a purpose all along.
Yeah. I feel like it comes up 20 years from now in marriage counseling. And he's like, I've actually never received an apology for the fact that he led me to believe he was dead for 20 minutes.
/ he and Ron, when they're able to get drunk together, which it's weird that they haven't yet. Just like, also 20 years from now, Ron's just like 3 fire whiskeys deep and weeping into his shirt like, I thought you
were dead. Ron. Just boys. Hagrid puts Harry down in the grass, and Voldemort is like slandering him, saying the same shit, that he was running. And Neville's like, I don't have to listen to this. And he like runs at Voldemort, which somebody's got to be the stupid idiot. Harry's dead. Somebody's got to run straight into danger.
Somebody has to take up the mantle.
Yeah. I respect it because we are at like an all, I mean, from Harry's perspective, we're not, but from the rest of the community's perspective, I don't know why I said community, but you know what I mean? Like we're at like an all is lost moment. So Neville's like, well, I'm gonna probably fucking die now anyway. I'm not gonna surrender, so I'm gonna run straight at Voldemort.
I'm so glad that Harry is actually alive, because Neville deserves a better arc than this. becoming the Harry.
Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. But this is what leads him. Okay, so he has to take this action. Run straight at Voldemort when all is lost. First of all, Voldemort takes Neville down really quickly. And then he offers him a job.
Man, maybe I should like just rush local officials with weapons more often, maybe. Who knows? Who knows what could come of it?
Our new mayor's like, you tried to assassinate me? I could use an assassin.
Hey.
I like this exchange because Voldemort is like, aren't you pureblood? And Neville's like, who fucking cares, dude? What a dumb thing for you to have built this whole thing on.
He like doesn't even make a big thing of it. He's like, literally, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah.
He is the good pureblood. Neville is the good pureblood. Not Ron.
Yeah.
Not Ron. Neville is.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Voldemort summons the Sorting Hat. Wait, okay. Does he literally summon it from Dumbledore's office just willfully? I kind of missed this in my reread.
Yeah. It flies out a window, literally.
Okay, so he's just being dramatic.
And
he's posturing.
Oh yeah, he summons it after making a pun. I just realized.
Wait, really?
Because he says to Neville, "Oh, okay, if that's how it is, then on your head be it."
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay, that's funny. That's so funny.
I respect
It's
that.
a pretty good pun.
That's
pretty good fun.
Because then he puts the hat on Neville's head and lights it on fire.
Yeah, which is really dramatic. But
I respect it.
This Neville has just done an act of great bravery. Okay. So many things happen at the same moment. The quote: "Many things happen at the same moment." So there's a noise. As if from these are my own notes from over a year ago. There is a noise as if from Rohan coming to aid at Helm's Deep from the boundary of the school, because it does. It's like many people coming over the precipice.
Yeah, they've gathered on the ridge. The sun is rising. King Theoden is screaming death.
Grop comes up and starts fighting their giants, which I read this as Grop in his, in his kind of toddlerish brain being like, I'm bored of all this talking, and like trying to play some more.
I mean, yeah.
Harry jumps up. The centaurs attack. Harry puts his invisibility cloak on. Neville also jumps up. He takes off the hat. There's the Sword of Gryffindor. For the one true Gryffindor, Neville Longbottom.
I don't know if it ever establishes, like, if the hat's okay.
Yeah.
After this.
Don't forget that at the very end of the chapter, it's like nobody even cared about the houses anymore. So maybe they're doing away with it.
Right.
But then we know from the epilogue, that that there are still houses and sorting and a sorting hat. So
Okay, well, I guess the fire didn't do shit then.
Like honestly, there's a whole I think there is a discussion to be had for Voldemort never actually there are no changes, fundamental changes made to the society that desperately needs it in this series, and it's just it's fucking frustrating. I'm not gonna get into it. But it pisses me off so much.
Nobody learns a lesson.
Nope.
Yeah, everything it's got this revolutionary tone, but then everything just returns to the status quo.
Status quo, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Harry becomes a cop. We'll talk about that next week. Right away, Neville kills the snake, which is very cool and epic of him.
Yeah. Especially considering that, the last time someone pulled the sword out of the hat, it was Harry, and, the sword hit him on the head. And, Neville was standing fully upright. So that implies that the sword fell from whatever magical void distance, conked him on the head, and now he's fighting with a sword while concussed after having his head lit on fire.
Honestly, my brothers are athletes. I think that if you've had a couple concussions, Neville's really clumsy, I think if you have a couple concussions, you can just kind of power through.
I was about to say, are you about to imply that Neville's an athlete?
No, but he probably has been concussed.
Yeah, no, that is a good point.
Quote, chaos reigned. Every person and every creature we've ever met is here now. Everyone. The fucking house elves come out with Creature in the lead. I teared up when Creature was like, for Regulus! Like, everyone's here. The centaurs are here shooting arrows.
Yeah, everyone's
very
family
cool.
is here. I also love that, like, the house elves are fighting with butcher knives and cleavers, and the centaurs are fighting with bows and arrows, and it all is adding up to what people have been saying for decades about this series. Why didn't someone just bring a gun?
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking that when the arrows landed, I was like, they were not expecting arrows.
Yeah, no, there's
sure.
like everywhere Harry looked, Death Eaters were folding under sheer weight of numbers, overcome by spells, dragging arrows from wounds, stabbed in the leg by elves. Like, yeah, didn't plan for this shit, did you? Maybe everyone should have been using knives and arrows.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so guys, it's getting really cool. Harry puts on his invisibility cloak. He runs into the castle after Voldemort, and everyone's battling in the Great Hall now. McGonagall, Slughorn, and Kingsley are all fighting Voldemort. God, it's fucking cool. It's cool. It's cool, okay?
Fucking dope. It's like
and like those are 3 excellent magicians.
Yeah, like it is a dream blunt rotation of a fight.
Yeah. And I feel like Slughorn, we've talked a lot about Slughorn, about the nuance of his character, and I feel like somewhere deep inside of him, he's like, finally, I get to righteously throw a killing curse. I've been waiting for this all my life.
Which I respect.
Probably same with McGonagall. She's I'm gonna fucking kill this guy.
I do wish we actually got to see the teachers throwing killing curses, because McGonagall specifically says that we will be fighting to kill in a previous chapter, and we never actually get to see that, and that kind of bothers me.
That's a great point. Let's see some murder, because it's like the Death Eaters are being like tackled and stuff, and I'm like, let Percy murder someone.
Yeah. Let Percy murder Pious Thickness.
Yes, let us see it. But no, it's just like we're tackling him and tying him up.
It's okay. We've got
jelly legs jinxing him.
Woo, so silly.
It does kind of make up for it with the Bellatrix Molly thing, though, because that's a metal ass fight.
That moment still holds up.
We already know what happens. I'm gonna say it anyway. Bellatrix Lestrange is fighting Hermione, Ginny, and Luna, because girls aren't allowed to fight boys.
Right,
I could talk about this for 3 hours. A killing spell misses Ginny by an inch. And Molly Weasley says, get the fuck out of my way. Girls, sit down. Girls, sit down. This is my fight now. Not my daughter, you bitch. And she takes off her cloak. And she engages one-on-one. She guards. Guard.
It's like she might as well have taken her earrings off and been like, hold these. Like, it's so much cooler than in the movie. Like, her wand is, like, spinning and twirling and shit. The floor around them is hot and cracked.
Yeah.
Ugh. God, it's cool. God, it's cool.
Awesome.
Like, this is a fucking wizard duel, goddammit.
Yeah.
Yes. And then she fucking kills Bellatrix Lestrange.
Shot to the
That
heart.
bitch is dead.
And you're
Ding
to
dong,
blame.
the bitch is dead. Witchell bitch, the wicked bitch. You bitch. Okay, do you guys think that was a good use of the one proper swear in the whole series?
Absolutely.
Molly Weasley deserves it.
Yeah.
She's been swearing under her breath this whole time.
Like, if the one swear is gonna be bitch, then it might as well be from a woman to a woman about a woman.
Yeah.
Absolutely passes the Bechdel test. This conversation passes the Bechdel
It passes the Bechdel test 3 ways, even.
It's awesome.
Oh, we love
it.
To
Is
see
awesome.
Feminism.
Voldemort is livid. He's like the only one standing, and he aims to kill Molly Weasley. And Harry Potter's like, this is when I step in. He's been casting shields this whole time, like quietly under his shield, under his invisibility cloak. He's been casting Protego shields to protect the people he loves. So he casts one to protect Molly Weasley from Voldemort, and then he takes off his cloak in a dramatic... This is like the 4th time in this climax he's dramatically taken off his cloak, and this is the most dramatic one.
It's me, Anastasia.
It's so good. Everyone's like, oh, he's alive, he's alive. But then everyone's still really scared, so they quiet down.
And back up and give them the floor.
Give them the floor because Harry's like, nobody help me. It has to be this way. Meanwhile, I'm like, okay, you maybe have to kill him, but maybe somebody can cast a minor illusion to distract him with a cormorant, which is something I did in our last D&D session.
And it was so effective.
No, it wasn't. But I was thinking about Harry Potter. I was like, maybe the dragon will follow the cormorant into the sky.
Do you think the problem was that we used the duck call on the staff of bird calls and not something more species accurate? I don't know what a cormorant sounds like.
Guys, D&D is so fun. Okay. So J.K. Rowling is like, this is going to be a movie one day, and I'm going to write it as such. And honestly, I think it works. There was nothing else. What, are they going to sit down at a table and have a conversation? No, they're circling each other.
And they're monologuing. He starts monologuing.
Well, but Harry starts monologuing because he's about to fucking win. Okay, there's a little bit back and forth. Love magic. Oh, shields. I think there's a lot of stuff going on here. We all know. Okay, so we learn that Harry has done a love magic on his entire army when he went to die for them. And that's what's going on here, and that's why Tom Riddle will never win, because also we start calling him Tom right now.
Power move.
Okay. Is it dead naming if they're not a trans person?
If you've done a genocide, I feel like people can dead name you with impunity, no matter what. Like, okay,
that's the one exception.
You done did a genocide, man. Also, his made-up name is stupid.
Yeah, it's like it's connected to his identity, but in a way that is him becoming evil, not becoming something new and cool. That
evil
makes more sense for him.
And pretentious. Like,
yeah,
it's evil and pretentious and cowardly. Also, just on that note, there's like a moment when they're circling each other where Voldemort says that Harry sniveled behind the skirts of greater men and women, which, it's interesting that men can wear skirts and it's not a big deal.
I mean, it's Scotland. It is Scotland, to be fair.
Also,
it's Scotland, that's a great point.
Yeah, and like wizard robes are kind of implied to have a dress-like vibe, but like...
Also, never forget Archie at the Quidditch World Cup, who was wearing a nightgown.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and very shocked at having the breeze around his bits.
Yeah.
So, just interesting that it wasn't a big deal here.
Yeah, really interesting.
I wish Archie had been in this battle.
He maybe was. Probably still wearing the night dress. We don't know for a fact
that he wasn't, so yeah.
Everyone was here. Everyone was here, why not him? Harry's talking about how this is all part of Dumbledore's plan. He gets really going. He's like, Snape was never on your side, dude. I don't know why. He's like, can you try to feel some remorse for a second? Gryffindor bullshit. Why is he doing this?
Because he saw the creepy, fucked up homunculus thing in fake King's Cross, and he's like, hey man, it's real gross. Like, if you don't even try, it's gonna be bad no matter what, but like, it's real fucking gross. I'm telling you now.
Yeah. Do we think Harry thought that Voldemort would be like, okay, I surrender, I'm remorseful?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I think
it's a Gryffindor move.
Yeah, I think this is a dotting an I, crossing a T, like.
Especially since it's like so. There's a performative element of it, especially since he's like in front of everyone.
Well, they're wizards. They're all about the drama.
Yeah. So Harry reveals that the Elder Wand is not working for Voldemort because Snape never truly defeated Dumbledore. Draco Malfoy was the one who disarmed Dumbledore that night, and then Harry disarmed Draco, so the Elder Wand belongs to him.
Different wand, though?
Yeah.
So...
Really? We can't possibly.
The
wand lore is dumb.
Yeah, like, it really is. Why does it matter if the Master of the Elder Wand was disarmed of a different thing? What counts as a weapon to the Elder Wand? What are the parameters here? Are there parameters?
No, there
they're
are not.
not.
It's whatever parameters are needed by the narrative.
Which is, in this case, literally non-existent.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
So there's a lot of buildup here. They talk for pages and pages, but it's stuff that we had this problem with the last chapter too. It's stuff that we've been talking about this whole fucking podcast. We know about the love magic. We know about the wand lore. We don't have to get into the nitty gritty of it. So finally, in the moment, Voldemort casts a killing curse at Harry. And Harry, obviously, let's say it all together, does
Expelliarmus.
Yeah.
Voldemort is disarmed, and his own spell rebounds and kills him, which is so fucking cool.
Mic drop.
I love it so much.
And, like, it kills him dead. Like, he doesn't disintegrate into ash like in slow-mo, like the fucking movie. No, he just falls over backward, dead.
Yes. That is a great example of a change that I hate. When films do stuff like that, where I don't care if you add meaning or move stuff around so it makes more sense, but when you take meaning away, I fucking hate that. The point is that he was a dead man. He was a man who died, and he was dead. Like a man.
Filmmakers,
like
the word mundane is literally used in the sentence that Voldemort dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's epic. He died like a fucking man. His worst
nightmare.
It's
an epic use of mundane.
Yes. That's awesome. And yeah, it's just disappointing, but whatever. In the book, it's fucking cool. And it's his own spell. Harry was never gonna kill him. Harry was never going to kill him. Because he's a fucking weenie. Kill the guy who's trying to kill everyone you love. I wouldn't hesitate. I'm a fucking puff. Would you guys kill the guy who's trying to kill everyone you know and love?
Yes.
I think about it constantly.
Yeah.
I would drive a knife into his heart. Like, I would do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know,
but Harry's no.
I think about killing those I hate the same way that Andrew thinks about what he's gonna do when he wins the lottery. Like,
it's every day in a concerning way.
It's an ever evolving plan. Like, I'm flexible, I can improvise, I can pivot, but like I have contingencies. Oh, also the sun comes out like right at this moment.
Yeah, it comes out like oh my god, that was so loud. Yeah, it comes out and like reflects upon Voldemort's body as this is happening. It is really epic. I think it happens the second before they cast a spell at each other, and I like to think that it spooked Voldemort into fucking sending that curse. He's like, oh, what?
Avocado? Avocado toast!
Oh my god.
Fresh avocado.
Did anybody else have Lion King vibes during this scene when they're like circling each other and talking about like who killed Mufasa?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I absolutely did. It's dramatic as fuck.
Yeah.
So there's like this moment of silence. And then all hell breaks loose in a good way this time.
Yeah.
Party!
Everyone's hugging and crying and cheering, and they are like, let's put Tom's body in the closet. Not that closet where everyone we love is, the other closet. There's a lot of closets in this castle.
I assume they drag him by like one ankle. Just
yeah. Let Hagrid do it.
Yeah, nice.
And in the movie, I assume Filch had to like get like a broom and just like
maybe that's what they had Filch just like get the big broom and just
I love that.
The body gets stuck in a corner at one point and he's trying to maneuver it out.
Oh, so like there's the next couple hours, like decompression. Everyone wants Harry. It's really quick in the book. It's like everyone wants Harry to like come pay his respects to the dead, and like everyone wants to talk to him. The Death Eaters are fleeing. Kingsley has been named the temporary Minister of Magic, and let's hope he stays there because I trust that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a whirlwind, and eventually Harry winds up on a bench with Luna Lovegood. And Luna is like, if it were me, I would want to be alone and not to fucking talk to anybody. And he's like, yeah, I don't know how to do those things elegantly. I'm antisocial. And she's like,
I'm British. I'm too polite. I'm too polite to just say, I would like to be alone right now.
And Luna's like, I'll distract them. Everyone look outside, a flibbering humdinger or whatever.
And Harry makes himself invisible and escapes the social situation, which I do...
The dream.
I do sympathize with.
It's awesome.
Imagine if you could just escape Thanksgiving this way.
And this is the last we see of Luna Lovegood, and it's truly iconic.
Yeah.
What a legend.
It also, like, leads me to believe, like, she's done a lot of silly things like this in the past, especially in, like, book 5 when we first meet her. And, like, maybe not all of it was earnest. Maybe she was being a good friend or, like, you know, doing other... Maybe she had other motivations than just being a silly bitch sometimes.
Aww.
I know.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, she's a good friend.
He walks past the Milfoys. They found their son. They've had their Finding Nemo adventure, Finding Draco.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's really good. So he's under the cloak. He goes and well, first of all, okay, everyone's eating food right now. Did the house elves go directly from battle to cooking?
Yes.
Wait, what time of day is it?
It is late morning-ish.
Okay, so, like, they might have just had breakfast almost ready.
They finished breakfast and then they were like, and now we go to battle.
Now we rebellion.
They were in the kitchen making breakfast. They, like, poked their heads up to be like, hey, it's almost time. Oh,
shit.
I see you're busy.
I love that. I see you're busy. We'll save the waffles in the warmer in the oven. Oh my god, my stepmom for breakfast this morning made me a homemade waffle, and let me tell you, it was blueberry. I never eat breakfast usually, but it was so good.
Love a waffle.
I love that for
so
you.
Good. Harry gets Ron and Hermione, and they like sneak out, and they pass Peeves doing a rhyme about how they won, which is like so sweet. I love it so much.
That's his love language.
That's his love language, yeah. Peeves. Okay. They go up to Dumbledore's office, and when he gets in there, all of the previous headmasters of Hogwarts give Harry a big round of applause. And the biggest, most central portrait, which is rude.
Yeah.
Dumbledore is great, but like this is the kind of shit that I'm talking about. Why is he the biggest, most central portrait? All of these headmasters were important.
Like
he can't have been the most important
and there's
one.
not that much wall space. What about future headmasters? At what point do they start removing portraits?
I know. The only thing I could think of is maybe the most recent headmaster gets the biggest one, and then when the next one dies, that portrait will get shrunk and moved.
Yeah. I like that. I think that's better than what I think is true, which is Dumbledore is basically treated as God.
He's God, and he's like weeping in his portrait.
Like literally, I think in The Cursed Child, they literally say, "Oh my Dumbledore."
I hate that.
It's so bad.
That's real bad.
I could be wrong. I've only read it once, but yeah, I'm.
And we will not be covering it for this show.
Thank God. Although I would cover it for you, but yeah, I'm happy for you that the podcast is ending.
Honestly, Mods, you introduced us to Puffs, and that is a far superior stage adaptation
Honestly,
of the source material that than Cursed Child could ever hope to be.
For real.
So because Harry, despite us having read hundreds of thousands of pages of his actions, no, that can't be right. It can't be hundreds of thousands, but at least 10,000 pages of Harry Potter's actions and character growth, he still can't make a choice on his own. He still has to consult Dumbledore's portrait. A dead man's portrait. So he's like, I dropped the resurrection stone in the woods. I'm gonna leave it there. Is that okay? And Dumbledore's like, that's fine. I'm dead.
You can do whatever you want forever.
Wait, I can just do that? I can just do whatever I want? I don't have to listen to Dumbledore?
Exactly.
I don't have to live my entire, life based on the words of this dead 120-year-old dude? No way.
He's like, I'm keeping the cloak though because it gets me out of Thanksgiving when I don't want to talk to my family. Just kidding. They don't have Thanksgiving. But he's like, I'm keeping that. I do need to be invisible sometimes. And Dumbledore's like, that's fair. That's your inheritance. Along with all the money. Then he's like, I don't want the Elder Wand. He uses the Elder Wand to repair his own wand. And then he plans to put the Elder Wand back in Dumbledore's tomb and let its ownership, its allegiance die with Harry, basically, if he dies a natural death.
So fucking stupid.
I think the wand lore shit is dumb. I do think it's cool that he repairs his own wand. I like that a little bit because he's always felt emotionally attached to his wand, and that's something that I understand. I would probably feel the same way. It's like when you have to get a new car and it's like, I'm betraying my old car.
It's cute, but given the... Like, it's cute that Harry, like, doesn't seem to want the power of having the most powerful wand in existence, but given, like, the way the wand lore works in this series, it makes no fucking sense, because then literally anyone could just disarm Harry, pick his wand up off the ground, or anything against Harry's will, and they would be the fucking master of the Elder Wand.
Right. So for as long as he lives, he can just never ever lose his wand under.
Yeah.
Like what if his I'm just imagining his first kid is born and is like maybe 2 years old and like grabs his wand out of his hand like he did to fucking Draco, and the Elder Wand 1,000 miles away or whatever in Dumbledore's tomb is like, I guess I belong to a 2-year-old now.
Whoa, that's scary.
It's horrifying.
That reminds me of like Jack in The Incredibles. He's like so overpowered.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. I mean, do you like what the film does better, where Harry breaks the Elder Wand in half and throws it into a chasm?
Probably if Harry had actually repaired his own wand first.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
It's all stupid. It's all fucking...
The wand lore shit is really bad.
Yeah.
Like, the one thing that on the reread kind of made sense to me was like, okay, in the graveyard when Harry and Voldemort fought and like their wands were connected, it's like it's, you know, when you connect to the Bluetooth of something and then like from then on, anytime that Bluetooth is on, like your phone keeps trying to connect to it and fucking up someone else's connection.
Yeah.
If that was what was going on when Voldemort had Malfoy's wand, then that one incident kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. But the whole Harry's now the master of the Elder Wand because he took Draco's wand out of his hand in a completely unrelated fight, that part still makes no goddamn sense. So...
Yep. The wand lore and the love magic are the two weakest parts of this, and it is the flaw in the plan are wand lore and love magic.
For real.
So
this isn't the flaw in the plan. This is the flaw in the explanation.
Yeah. I want to ask you guys how you feel about the finale when Harry's like, everyone is protected by my love magic.
I think the qualifier with the love magic is like, it can't just be that you died trying to protect someone else. It's that you died without defending yourself to protect someone else, which is significantly more rare. Yeah. Like, if it was just, while fighting, you died while trying to put yourself between somebody, then, like, all of the love magic through the whole series would make no sense because people do that a lot. But, like, standing like the Tiananmen Square guy and just being like, come at me, bro, without doing anything to protect your own self is a little harder and a little, rarer. So that doesn't not make sense. They're only protected from Voldemort also, like, not anybody else. It's just that he leveled the playing field a little bit. So it doesn't not make sense to me.
Okay. What do you think, Mots?
No, I actually really like that.
Okay. It's cool. It's a cool, I think that his mom's love magic would have felt dumber without this little button at the end.
Right.
Okay. All right, so wand lore, thumbs down. Love magic, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's cliche. It's it's cheesy, and I'm saying that as someone who's been like watching a ton of like Hallmark Christmas movies lately. It's cheesy as fuck, and I hate it.
'Tis the season.
But yeah, I think it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I still don't like it. It's I don't know,
Thumbs medium.
Thumbs medium, thumbs like medium south.
We were doing thumbs medium when we were on this month's bonus episode was about if Snape is a good guy or a bad guy, and I said, "Tell me what you think about Snape. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs medium."
Yeah, like the thing that I was questioning the most, like when I was reading these last few chapters, was like in the pensive when he's seeing Snape's memories. At one point, Dumbledore is like, and Voldemort has to be the one to do it. That part is essential. And, like, never explains why that part is essential. And I was like, is this just another fucking binding magical contract bullshit thing? And my theory is that the reason it had to be Voldemort to kill Harry is because that was the only circumstance under which Harry would survive being killed. Like, like if he had just been mugged and stabbed and left to bleed out by a random stranger, then
that would have been a horrible ending to the story.
It really would have, but I think it would have been technically possible, and then the piece of Voldemort's soul that was in his body, like, would have been freed to go and possess a snake and, like, try to come back.
Okay.
So the only way that Harry could survive a attempt on his life would be if Voldemort was the one doing it, because the Horcruxes can only be killed by certain things.
Yeah.
So the alternative was, like, Ron stab him with Gryffindor's sword. Right, yeah. But, like, it's Voldemort's Horcrux, so presumably you can kill your own Horcrux because you can kill yourself. Like, it's...
Yeah.
So I think that was why that's the only explanation I can think of for why it would be essential that Voldemort be the one to kill Harry, because, like, that was the part of the plan that Dumbledore was like, this is the part that makes it okay. It's essential that Harry not die, because then I would be a huge dick.
Yeah. And he almost was. And he also was.
He's still, yeah, I will be an even bigger dick than I know I am right now.
Another thing I want to get y'all's opinions on, Mott's, what do you think Harry does right after this chapter ends?
Oh, that's really funny. I mean, he says he wants to go take a nap and have his slave make a sandwich for him. That's the last line of the chapter. So I'm gonna guess that. But, like, after that?
He deserves a nap.
He deserves a nap. He does not deserve a slave-prepared sandwich.
Right.
Ask Molly Weasley if she'll make you a sandwich.
Yeah.
She'll be happy to, I'm sure.
More than happy.
Yeah.
Or just go. We saw in this chapter that the door to the kitchens got blasted off, so he could just walk right in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just make your own sandwich. Like, you presumably, like, after all the cooking that you've done for the Dursleys, you know how to make a sandwich. That's like the bare fucking minimum when it comes to preparing food.
Yeah.
You don't need a slave to eat, Harry.
Yeah, I don't care how much of the world you just saved. It's... because it sounds like it was mostly England anyway, so...
Yes, it does sound like it was mostly England.
/ Great Britain, but, like, it's still mostly England.
What do we think he does tomorrow?
Oh, God.
I want... like, there's gotta be funerals to prepare.
Yeah.
Not that he's gonna help with those.
Yeah, but, like, I think he's gonna wake up and people are gonna be like, okay, here's the plan with the funerals, we all figured it out, and we've actually worked out your schedule for you so you can attend all of them. That's what you wanted, right?
Oh my god. Not like a funeral crawl. Like, that's so upsetting.
And then whenever he does the funerals, he probably heads back to Grimald Place and goes back to throws himself into home renovation to distract from all of the trauma.
Yeah. Mats, what do you think?
It's like Harry's such a boring person that it's really hard to know what he would do if he were not in a situation where he has to save the world.
That's why the home renovation works.
Yeah, that's why I think he's flipping the house. I seriously think he's doing that.
I want to use all my money.
He's like, wow, honestly. It's time to build a deck.
I love that. I'm going to second Haley for this.
Okay. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about here at the end? We obviously are going to have a whole Deathly Hallows group therapy chapter, but any other loose ends y'all are feeling right now that you want to tug on before we wrap it up?
Kind of a lot, honestly, but I think if I were to give you all of them, we'd be here forever. And I know that Tina has a long drive, so I would feel really bad if I subjected you to all of them.
Okay, maybe pick your favorite.
Okay, hang on. Okay, yeah, so there was a thing, throughout my notes that I, in the spirit of the podcast, I stopped taking this chapter or any of the, book seriously at all, so I kept renaming all the, MacGuffins and things to just, really silly names. So, hang on. I know Harry kind of had to bring the invisibility blanket to get here unseen, but also bringing that blanket, one of the Deathly Hallows, to where he believes he will get murdered, not to mention right to the most powerful evil magician in the world, feels kind of stupid.
Whoa, that is a great point.
Especially when that other magician already has one of the Deathly Hallows.
And you're carrying another. You're wearing one, carrying another.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The next part
He's
of the
not smart. He's just brave.
No, exactly.
Wait, does he know that the cloak is the cloak, though?
I think he does.
I think he does
now.
at this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and then I was in the middle of writing this, so this is me writing as a result of me writing the earlier part of the note was, and when I was in the middle of writing this, I remember that Harry also brought the necromancy pebble. So yeah, he is carrying. all three of them end up converging in this scene.
My God.
And that's incredibly reckless. I mean,
what the fuck?
I guess we can give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he assumes, at least, that Voldemort does not know about the legend of the Deathly Hallows. Because, Voldy, there's a whole thing where he's like, Voldy doesn't really seem like the type of dude to, care about,
read
children's
fairy
stories. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and also, sure, he wants the Elder Wand because it makes him powerful, but even though he is, we know, terrified of death, I don't think he would, take action to, I think his hubris of the Horcruxes, he's not like, I'm gonna take this invisibility cloak because I ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I think the, wand is the thing that has the most lore behind it, so, it's much easier to come across, references to the wand than anything else, and there is a moment in King's Cross where Dumbledore explains that, I actually had the cloak because I was inspecting it, when your dad died because I thought it might be the Deathly Hallows cloak.
Yeah.
And sure enough it is. So he may he might have suspected going in that he had, all three. He was bringing all three together, but I don't know if he, knew about the cloak.
Yeah.
They have suspected it so heavily that I think that counts as knowing. They're like, well, this one is totally different, and, it's super invisible.
But, throughout this specific book, I feel like there's been a lot of moments where, they strongly suspect something and they have a lot of evidence for it, and they don't actually believe it and, consider it true until it's been, more than fucking proven. I feel like that's happened a few times.
I just think that at this point, everyone accepts that the cloak is real. I don't think there's a doubt for the reader or the characters, the trio.
So Harry wasn't fucking thinking.
No,
he wasn't thinking. Not. The Death Eaters try to summon the cloak at one point and it doesn't go.
But also he
there's,
doesn't
like,
question shit.
No,
there's
he
a lot
sure
of
does not.
evidence. There's like a lot of evidence. Its power has never, ever, ever faded at all. Not even a little bit. Like,
Yeah, it would have been great to have the basis for comparison about other invisibility cloaks at any earlier point than this book.
Yeah, that would have been
But,
nice.
you know, would have been nice to have the Deathly Hallows mentioned earlier, too.
yeah. Well, it's probably about time to wrap it up.
Yeah, fair.
That's the end of the book. I mean, the epilogue is dumb, so we're
Yeah.
here at the end, and it's time to move to plugs.
Hey.
Mott's, do you want the people to find you on the internet?
Not really.
Okay, good. What are you plugging this week?
So sorry to bring the whole state of the world up, but given everything that's going on, I think it's important to have, a piece of medium or, something that, brings you comfort and joy. So just basically the idea of doing something that brings you comfort and joy. For me, lately, it's been watching cheesy Christmas movies.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I love that. I love that rec. Haley, what are you plugging this week?
I have definitely plugged this at least a few times in the past, but seeing as we're here at the end, I'm gonna do it one more time for fans of the show who might be sad that it's ending, sad to be ending the journey of Harry Potter with us. I know we're technically ending in a couple weeks, with bonus episodes and the epilogue and all, but this is the wrap-up point.
Yeah.
For anyone who enjoys a throwback middle grade story about child soldiers forced into a situation they shouldn't be in, for anyone who would love to see an actual justification for why these children are fighting this war and no one is helping them, an actual plot-based reason for it. I am once again recommending Animorphs by K.A. Applegate. It is whatever you have assumed based on memes of the covers. I am telling you that series is more fucked up and dark than Harry Potter could ever hope to be, and also cooler.
Hell yeah.
For real.
As is the author.
Yeah.
I do not doubt it.
I've heard great things. I've been your host, Christina. You know where to find me. This week I'm going to plug Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle, which I've been reading recently. Chuck Tingle, also an epically cool author who is an epically cool writer. And the novel is about a Hollywood writer who gets instructed to kill off his gay characters in a TV finale when he was expecting to have them be a moment of queer joy and success and triumph. And he says no, and then his own monsters from his own horror films start haunting him, and it's very cool and complex.
Damn.
And I love it. So I highly recommend
that. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
We killed Voldemort!
Oh my god, we killed Voldemort!
That's got to be the end of the episode, because that's how we end them.
Oh, we did it!
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's it, potheads. Thanks for listening to The Restricted Section. Hosted and produced by me, Christina Kahn. Theme music produced by Ryan Kahn. Logo designed by Michael Hardison. Please don't find us on social media. I am not doing anything there. However, you are welcome to join our Patreon. For $1 a month, you can gain access to our Discord server, which is a lot of fun. And for $5 a month, you get access to our monthly bonus episodes. There's also a $10 and a $20 tier as well. So please go check that out. We are honored to be part of Deus Ex Media Podcast Network, which features lots of wonderful podcasts for nerds, including this one. I'm Christina Kahn.
And I'm Leela Hilton.
And this is Burn Before Reading,
the podcast about shiterature.
We're here to examine the terrible writing we did when we were younger.
Like that school project you were really proud of.
Or that poem you wrote when you got dumb.
Well, how about that apology letter you wrote to your mom when you got into that fight?
Or the song you recorded before you knew how to write music.
Okay, don't at me. And we're here to talk about other cringy literary topics along the way.
Like the Library of Alexandria.
And Dewey Decimal.
His name was Melville Dewey.
Oh, well, do we want to get the clips rolling?
I don't think I ever recovered from this in terms of being cool.
Why did I say any of this?
I do like the drama.
So there is actually quite a bit to unpack here.
Oh, all this drama was so addictive as a teenager.
There's no punctuation to it. I'll start with that.
I actually have no memory of this.
There were so many lies that I was telling.
It's not terrible.
No one, really taught me how to write a good short story.
That was a journey.
Listen to Burn Before Reading
Every Wednesday, wherever pods are cast.
I was about to continue with a few.
Okay.
I renamed the Cruciatus Curse the Ouchie spell.
Nice.
Which, I thought that was fitting. Hang on. Why does Voldemort capitalize the first letter of the names of every race in her books except for when it's about house elves?
Because she's racist.
Yeah.
Is it she capitalizes goblins and trolls or giants?
Oh, that
centaurs?
Yeah, centaurs, yes. Possibly not goblins, although I'm not sure.
I think goblins gets capitalized.
She's inconsistent and racist.
Yeah. Also, creature calls Harry the defender of house elves, which is giving him far too much credit. As far as I remember,
bar.
Yeah. As far as I remember,
Truly.
he hasn't done shit since book 2 that could be considered defending house elves in any way, and even then, the action of freeing Dobby had nothing to do with fixing the issue of systemic oppression of house elves. So I don't think even that should earn him that sobriquet.
Definitely not great word.
Fucking Harry. Yeah, the fact that, I don't remember the exact context, but, Aberforth is using a spell that is not, actually that, hurting. So the fact that Aberforth is not fighting to kill is surprising to me.
None of them are. It's really stupid.
Oh yeah, he uses he uses stupefy, right? And then she also uses capitalizes the first letter in the word stunning, as if as though
she does that with a lot of the fucking spells.
Yeah,
so dumb, dude.
It's the worst.
It's so fucking dumb.
Yes, but it's important. It's such an important word. The spell I made up.
Hubris.
It really is. She really is Voldemort, though. She is the Voldemort.
Yeah. Fucking hubris.
Yep. Oh god, this part. I don't even know if I'm right to be bothered by this, but I'm just gonna bring it up anyway. There's a passage where it says, Bellatrix laughed, the same exhilarated laugh that her cousin Sirius had given as he toppled backwards through the veil, and suddenly Harry knew what was going to happen before it did. And then my note is this trying to say that Harry, from the fact that two family members laughed the same way, he could tell that she was about to die?
That is the patented black family I'm about to die laugh.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like on some level, protagonists at the end of these epic stories just get to know stuff.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like when you can just see the trajectory of an errant baseball flying towards someone, and you have no real calculation, no real reason to know that it's about to hit them in the head, but you see it coming.
Yeah.
And also, some family members truly and honestly do have weirdly similar. I was on the phone with my grandmother last week, and she said she was telling me about something that went wrong in her garden, and then at the exact same time, in the exact same tone, with the exact same notes and cadence, we both said, well, live and learn.
That's amazing. I love that. And I don't remember what the context for this is, but I wrote, she's telling us instead of showing, and what she's telling us is bullshit.
Yeah,
and
that's true of the whole book.
I was going to say that describes
I feel
most
like there
of the
are a lot
series.
of things that could, finally pulls up the invisibility blanket. Let's see. Yeah, there's a part where Harry says something about, and one of us is about to leave for good, and Voldemort's response is, and you think that will be you, do you? Which, when Harry said leave for good, he surely meant die. Did Voldemort not get that fact, or did...
Maybe, because, okay, so Harry was in King's Cross. Like, he saw death as, like, the threshold of death as King's Cross, so he now thinks of death as leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's, like, it's a paradigm shift for him, and, like, to Voldemort, death is, like, the end. It's, like, lights out, nothing. So, like, maybe that's where the disconnect is coming from.
Yeah, that's a good point, Haley.
But it is, like, editorially clumsy.
Yeah.
Because it's, because, like, when you're editing stuff like this, you have to be keeping in mind, like, am I being clear enough that the reader's going to, like, pick up on what I'm saying and not think that I got I got the wrong possessive pronoun.
Yeah.
Like, I said it backwards, essentially.
Yeah.
And this is a moment where that ambiguity exists, and you're supposed to edit for that.
Please clarify.
Please clarify!
I really channeled Haley here, so I wrote, Harry's so sassy and dramatic here. He really has reached peak level wizard, because wizards, as we all know, are all about the drama, with clapping emojis in between all and about and the drama and after the drama.
Thank you for transcribing it properly.
And then the power of love with these sparkle emojis around love, and also in parentheses 3 throwing up emojis.
That is how it feels every time I read it.
For real. And I did the same after Harry tells Tom about the... halfway through I start referring to Voldemort as Tom. So Harry tells Tom about the Snape loved Lily Do Patronus bullshit, and then also, in parentheses, throwing up emojis.
Yeah. I mean, I don't fuck with the Snape thing at all, but the way that Harry throws it in Voldemort's face is satisfying.
That is really good.
Yeah, true. I feel like in this moment, Harry's like, he's still a dick. He still was an asshole to me my whole life, but right now I get to use him as a cudgel against you, a guy I hate more, so...
Yeah.
Let's see, Harry tells Tom to try for some remorse, and Tom, who seems to have never heard of the word, is confused.
Just pulls out a phone, starts looking it up on Webster's. How do you spell that? Is that R-E or R-I?
I do love the idea of Voldemort holding a dictionary. And then we've reached the part about the magic sticks. Harry tells Tom that Draco disarmed Dumbledore and, without his own knowledge, becomes the master of the super magic stick. And that Harry disarmed Draco by yanking a different magic stick out of Draco's hand, making him the master of the magic stick.
This is what I'm fucking saying. What do those magic sticks have to do with each other?
So now, if Tom wants to become the true master of the super magic stick, he needs to defeat Harry, even though Harry's holding a regular magic stick. It's fucking annoying. I referred to Avada Kedavra as the green spell and Expelliarmus as the red spell. So yeah, Tom does the green spell, Harry does the red spell, Harry wins, booyah! I don't know what happened about my notes, but they got super unserious halfway through.
Most of my notes are super unserious. Like, I write them in the margins of the actual copies, and they're real sloppy.
Well, it's probably about time to wrap it up.
Yeah,
That's been a lot of notes, Mots.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry to put you through all of those.
It's our last real chapter. Had to get it all out there.
Dave X Media.